A 1, 2, 3, 4. A 1, 2, 3, 4. A 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, everyone, let's have a look at Promenade. Now, this is an extract from Modest Mussorsky's Pictures at an Exhibition. Now, if you don't know this piece, I highly recommend that you check it out. It's a very nice piece of music. As far as playing it, it's not too difficult, but the whole focus of this piece is to introduce us to the concept of the fourth, the interval of the fourth in particular. Now, a fourth is just any interval that is 4 notes away from the very first note that you play. So for example, C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4. So that's a fourth. So a fourth on the piano means there's usually 2 keys in between, 2 steps in between of some sort. Okay? Now C and F are a fourth, so is D and G. Can you see that there are 2 notes in between, or it's 1, 2, 3, 4 if you counting from the D. Okay, those are a fourth. Now, practically speaking, when you are playing fourths and you are in a 5-finger position, which we've been working on primarily, right? You would either use the fingers 1 and 4, or you would use 2 and 5. And it's important that we try to use these fingerings in the beginning so we can accurately measure the interval that we're talking about, okay? Now, in this piece in Promenade, there's only one kind of fourth. Well, there's actually 2 kinds of fourths, but the principal one is the one that we find where you see 8th notes. So when you're seeing the 8th notes, it's usually D, G. Those are fourths. All right, so if you have a pencil, it really would help to circle the fourths in this piece. There's one last fourth, and it's kind of hidden between the 4th beat of the second to last bar and the 1st beat of the last bar, and that's a C to a F. You see that? Now, one way to see a fourth in the music is one of the notes is going to be on a space, and the other note is going to be on a line, or vice versa. And in between those 2 will be one line separating those 2, okay? Because if there weren't a line separating those 2, there would be a step. You know, if you're going line to space or space to line and there's nothing separating it, it's a step, or a second, we would call it. So if you see a very small skip with one line in between, space and a line, or a line and space, that is a fourth. It's a dead giveaway, okay? Now, practically speaking, let's find our starting position. Here we go. Second finger is on A, first finger is on C, all right? So that puts you in this kind of position. Our E minor position and our C major position on the right hand. So the thumbs should be adjacent to each other, all right? And try not to move from this position, okay? All right, so the only other thing to really worry about, because this is actually quite easy to play, is the counting. Okay, so when we're playing through, we're Really try to make a difference between these eighth notes and all the quarter notes around it. Count to 2 here, okay? Now you'll notice eighth notes are twice as fast as quarter notes. There are 2 eighth notes in a quarter note, okay? Now the last thing to also to know is you see those slurs in there. Okay? Make a difference between the slurs and the notes that aren't slurred. So I suggest putting a small separation in between the notes that aren't slurred and really connecting the slurred notes like this. Just play them long. They're not staccato, slurring that. Long but separate. All right, second line. And then do a little ritardando or slow down at the end. And that's about it. So you can try to play this piece with the Teacher Duet that we see in the demonstration video. I recommend trying first with both parts together. So you're just playing along with me playing the melody while the Teacher Duet's playing at the same time. And when you feel comfortable, play with just the Teacher Duet by itself and see if you can stay with it. Okay? Good luck, and we'll see you in the next video. That's it for this video. If you found this video helpful, please consider clicking on that like button and subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching.